I learned why I cannot die here from my father's journal. But it seems he tore out. What the hell? He tore out the most crucial. Why would he tear out the pages? She got. It looks like he got a shot in though. Gear 4. He go. Yo, that's a cold ass. Yo, that's a cold ass panel right there. Bro. Gear 4. Snake Man. Gomu Gomu no Hydra. Hey. Hydra. Okay, that's fire. And because it has a Conqueror's Haki emanating from it. Hydra. Oh, that's dope as hell. Yeah, One Piece chapter 1041. Yeah, 41 chapters past chapter 1000. It's crazy every time I think about it because of how, epic it was to get there. Now we're 41 chapters past that. But today we're here to talk about chapter 1041, Komurasaki. And this chapter played out exactly like I expected it to. Like, if you go back to my prediction, I talked about all the stuff that transpired. And yeah, it was an open-ended chapter though. Did you guys feel that? Like how the chapter is just still dropping hints, but not really solidifying anything, right? Nothing is really closed yet. A lot of things are still open, right? Even Big Mom being defeated, still open. Yeah, the tremor, the shockwave, but it's still like, okay, what's next? Because she's not done. She said herself she's not done. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. So I mentioned all the subtle hints that Oda was dropping in regards to Zunisha and Oden and the logbook. Well, I'm going to just cut it out with the subtle hints here. I'm going to tell you to sub to the channel, okay? I've been dancing around it all video. Now I just want to come out. I'm no longer scared to ask you to just sub to the channel, drop a like, turn on post notifications so that we can move on with the video, right? All right, let's move on. I thought a part of the chapter was funny was when he's like, yo, I spoke to Zunisha, and then like the narrator's note or whatever, like, but what has he learned? And then Momonosuke is basically like, I ain't really learned shit, right? All I learned is that I cannot die. And I'm like, okay. And it didn't tell us. But as a lot of us expected, once we saw Zunisha was here, Zunisha's pulled up to fight with Momonosuke. Did Momonosuke unconsciously call Zunisha? Was Zunisha always destined to be here? Those are things we have to figure out. But it's here and it's ready to fight. I don't know how it contributes outside of taking out the ships that are outside waiting for them, but it's going to be a major part of the end of Wano, obviously. Subtle things that I mentioned. Momonosuke is the one that Yamato's saying Oden is saying is meant to lead the world towards its dawn. So that's something we didn't necessarily know. Obviously, it was hinted that Momonosuke should be special. Yamato confirms here that Momonosuke is the person that Oden is saying was supposed to lead the world towards its dawn. So it's tricky because whatever was in that journal told Oden about his son. Then I think back to the sovereign stuff that, Roger and him were talking about. And it's just like, well, we think about Momonosuke's age. In all actuality, he's really 30 years old. He just traveled forward in time. I don't think Momonosuke is the one they're talking about because the ages don't match up. Momonosuke was already born by then. But how does he fit into all this, right? Something that shocked me though, the fact that the most crucial pages were torn out. Bro, I'm just starting to think like, why would Oden do that? You leave the book behind, but then you don't put the most crucial pages in. My first thought is like, well, did Oden actually do it? Was it Oden or was it Toki? Because Toki had the book for a while. She had the logbook. Did she actually tear out those pages because she was trying to leave some things out? I don't know. Toki, as much as we've gotten from her or about her, she's largely still a mystery. But then it goes into Momonosuke doesn't know why Roger and even Oden left, right? Very important things that we want to know that aren't in the logbook. So remember we talk about stuff as far as like Yamato knows too much. Now it's saying, well, the most crucial pages she doesn't know about. So, like that argument, it's kind of dissipating because it's a lot of important stuff that she still does not know, that she would like to know because she wants to be Oden so bad. She want to follow in his footsteps, meaning she comes along with the crew, right? He also goes on to talk about Oden not being an all-seeing prophet. And it's like, well, yeah, no, he's not. But how Oden was talking sometimes was cryptic. Other than saving his people, saving his crew, it seemed like he was just kind of like, you know what? No one is going to come after me to defeat Kaido in so long. It seemed like he was content almost with his death because he knew something positive would come from it. It's weird, but like Momonosuke is confirming, well, he wasn't an all-seeing prophet. But what he's questioning now is whether or not he would like the borders to be opened under these circumstances. Under these circumstances, meaning Kaido's still here, but now another Yonko is here. And it's like, well, bro, why are you questioning this? But he still doesn't know Big Mom is fallen, I guess. I mean, he saw this huge thing fall into the ground. I do love the realization, the accountability, the acceptance of who you are, understanding, hey, I'm not as wise as my father. Even though wisdom is not something I necessarily associate with Oden because of how some things played out. Some things I disagreed with and they were proven to be detrimental, but he was a wise man, I guess. Either way, Momonosuke is saying he's not as wise as his father, which is true. Understanding brings wisdom, right? And Oden understood a lot more than Momonosuke does now because he was privy to a lot more information. So Momonosuke is like, well, I'm not as wise, right? So I'm not sure what I need to do in this circumstance. I do think, though, this brings up a very interesting point with like Whitebeard and how Whitebeard was so concerned with, people dying, etc., that he didn't even want to go and challenge Kaido. Is that cowardly? Is that cowardice? Some people lean towards that side, right? You're a coward because you're not willing to do what needs to be done. Some people are like, well, no, I appreciate Whitebeard thinking about the people of Wano, but other people are also saying, well, I wish Whitebeard thought about his family, Momonosuke, Hiyori. What if they were still alive? You did not even show a hint of care in regards to those people that grew up on your ship, which is a completely different argument. However, this is what I'm thinking when I think about Momonosuke and how he's approaching it, right? How he's thinking about it. Can I go forward with this? Because the people of Wano, they are in danger. It's a very mature thing to think of. I mean, yes, he's an adult now in body, but he's still a kid. Very interesting stuff by Momonosuke. Continues to prove why he's one of the best developed characters in the story. If not one of, maybe the best, to be honest. Like, from where he started to where he is now, night and day. I wonder what Yamato says here, right? What can she say? What does she say? What should she say? Does she just say, well, you're gonna make the best decision, make a decision, I follow you, I don't know why I'm so caught up on it, but it impacted me, it did. No lie, I did. Ryza took the W. Jinbei's coming to save him. Not going to dwell too much on that. We'll talk about that more a bit Sunday. Now, we have Orochi and Hiyori. So, Orochi's such a goddamn bum. He's just standing around wondering what's going on. Hey, yo, what's all this tremor? Kanjuro, still just being a selfish asshole, only worried about himself. And I love the fact that I forgot, honestly, that Orochi did not know that Hiyori was Oden's daughter. I'm like, oh shit. Like, that's something he did not know. And Hiyori took the perfect opportunity to reveal it when she did, because he's at his wit's end. He has nobody else. So he's like, okay, well, at least I have Kurosaki that can console me. No, the hell you don't. She don't give a shit about you. And why doesn't she? Well, she's Oden's daughter, you dumbass. I'm not sure why I'm so triggered by this. I just think Orochi's just a bum in every sense of the word. Like, he has no redeeming qualities. And I love the fact that she took away his devil fruit. That was the best thing about him. And he can't use it right now. So we just got to see this bum ass face the entire time in the chapter. I don't know, man. Orochi, I talk about comeuppance all the time, but I don't think he's going to have it just because you don't continue to cycle. Hiyori, though, she was perfect in this chapter, man. She's just playing along and it's like, well, no, this is my dad's favorite song. My dad. Yeah, Oden, nigga. He's like, oh, that's certainly a twist, isn't it? That was so good. That was really good. Izo. Mother freaking W, huh? Izo, I thought it would be just overwhelmed instantly. Izo had a plan to sacrifice himself and then take down one of them. Took down the wrong one, but took down one of them. And the other short CP0 guy's like, God damn it, Izo. That was your plan all along, which is a brilliant plan, right? I'm going to weaken you. I can't beat you, but I'm going to weaken you in some way. I mean, I was saying Marco shows up. Marco's still just chilling, giving out directions. Hey, the door is this way. I'm like, dude, if you don't get your strong ass back on the battlefield, what the hell are you doing? But it is what it is. Shout out to Izo, though. That was smart, came through in the clutch, but let's talk about the message that's being relayed now. The fact that they're mentioning that they have to eliminate Straw Hat Luffy, and that's priority at this point, is almost laughable to me because I've been saying, like, that's the number one person you should probably take out. That's the thing, this entity that you should just quell immediately just because this nigga is getting strong. Does it not bother you that this fight went from overwhelmingly on the Yonko side to Yonko falling? That should have been APB. We gotta take Luffy out now. These people might defeat 2 Yonko. That is not somebody we want walking around, right? But they called in like, yo, Straw Hat gotta go right away, right? Which I'm like, what changed? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they got word that Big Mom fell, right? Or they saw that shit, because she's a big woman. You can probably see it from afar. They saw that she fell. They're like, nah, Luffy, he gotta go. Because the fact that Big Mom fell means that Kaido can fall too. And so we cannot have this person, after Wano, having this much influence, this much power. All you're gonna hear is that they allied and took down Yonko. Law, Kid, and Luffy. They may spin it and say Kid and Law were under Luffy. That's gonna be so hilarious, Kid. And his reaction to that, this should have been the plan from the start. Just sticking around, seeing what Kaido does. Either Kaido kills Luffy, or once he beats him, you take him out. Should have been the number one thing. But of course, you got so many other things there. King, Nico, Robin. But I'm like, bro, if you take out Luffy, Robin becomes somewhat irrelevant or insignificant for the time, because she'd have to find another captain to follow that is so close to the One Piece, like Blackbeard. So she's still a threat, but right now, the major threat, Monkey D. Luffy. Just point blank, period. So I like the fact that they're thinking logically again. CP0 is stressed though, because he's like, what the fuck? the hell you expect me to do? Like, you have Luffy fighting Kaido. You want me to shoot at them? All of a sudden, both of them are fighting me. What you want me to do? Like, this reminded me of, right? Like when you're at work or something and somebody gives you a task and it's like, well, do you understand? This is happening. This is happening. This is happening. It's like, well, yeah, we're well aware of the difficulties, but we still need it done. And it's just like, oh my fucking God. You're just at work like, I hate this fucking job. Like, I'm gonna quit. Then you think about bills and you're like, I can't quit. Like, I fucking can't. But that's how he looks right now. Like, shit, like, you're putting me in a position where I really can't succeed. Basically, two Yonker are fighting and you're telling me I have to take out one of them. What the hell? X-Drake is still up. We have Hamlet with Kinemon and Kiku. So pretty much everyone is getting saved. I'm still interested in Denjiro, where he is. Kawamatsu, I forget where he is. And whether or not Ashura Doji's still alive and Kanjuro. They should be dead, but because we haven't seen them in so long, but we'll see. Carrot makes an appearance after 45 chapters. I don't know how long it's been. I forgot she was in the story. Goddamn. Frankie yelling into that Fisher is hilarious because he's like, Zoro, you still alive down there? Zoro! I was like, this thing is clearly knocked out, Frankie. Like, go down there. Like, jump into your Shogun or some shit. Extend your arms. Pick this nigga up. Like, Zoro! This shit was hilarious. But Frankie was the closest all along. But Zoro's still fighting demons, bro. Like, give him some time. And this is a jam-packed chapter because we saw Zeus's reaction to Big Mom being downed, and she's like, oh, fuck, mama. I'm sure he's still contemplating whether or not he made the correct decision. It's like, yeah, it is what it is at this point. She's done. Law and Kid saying that, you know, it doesn't matter if Kaido comes down because they have no strength left. I don't even believe y'all because y'all said it the last time. Y'all went on to beat Big Mom, right? So it's true. Like, they don't have anything left because Luffy's going to take this dub anyway. Then we transition to Luffy versus Kaido as expected in an update, and we get a slight flashback. Again, we're going to get more into that in regards to Big Mom talking about Rocks and saying not to trust him. That's interesting. And also, she hinted that teaming up with Rocks was not an infrequent thing. She's like, oh, this is your first time teaming up at Rocks? Like, they went on scores regularly together. Like, they did things together where he'd just get a band of pirates and go and do stuff, right? That's the inclination I get here, right? I'm not sure what you guys took away from it. That's what I got. But Kaido bursting out crying in the middle of it is on brand, right? Because in my head, I'm like, Kaido, obviously you and Big Mom have a lot of history. You were just about to ally, and he burst out crying saying, yo, we were just about to go get the One Piece. He has issues, clearly. Luffy, my boy, it's interesting what he's saying. And I'm gonna go use Gear Forth one more time. This is telling me something, and I will get into that tomorrow, right? Gonna get into more of it tomorrow. Where he says he's gonna use Gear Forth one more time, go all out until he has nothing left. And his attack Hydra is pretty cool because it's basically like Mamba, Black Mamba, but it's called Hydra, but it's using advanced Conqueror's Haki. Luffy's he's spectacular, but I don't think this is it. Kaido's gonna bounce back from these attacks, but it's cool, really cool. Luffy basically telling Kaido, I don't care about your dreams, bro. You've been shitting on people's dreams for 2 decades, at least. I don't care about your dreams, bro. Shut up. Like, I'm not here to talk about your problems. I'm not your fucking therapist, nigga. That's basically what he said. Very jam-packed chapter. A lot of things still open-ended. Cannot wait for next week. I think next week will be the one, right? We're gonna get some answers, I'm hoping, and some more action, right? But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about the chapter? I thought it was pretty goddamn good. Pretty good chapter. Can't wait for next week. Oh my gosh, there's a lot to talk about though. But yeah, guys, give me your thoughts. Make sure to like the video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BragoDAce. Follow me on Instagram at BragoD.Ace. Thank you to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Okay, I start doubting me, I felt lost. I rewrite it.